have a few news articles I wanted to talk about this week. And hey, we can get a perspective on somebody who is currently writing a comic strip and merchandising, so he knows all about copyright and distribution rights and all that fun stuff. The Joe Schuster estate is suing DC Warner Brothers again on the new Superman movie, claiming they don't
Mm.
have the rights to distribute. I think it's in Australia, England.
Replaced with England law. So it says England, Canada, Australia, and some other.
Okay, Canada was it? Yeah.
They do this with every
Um,
reboot, though. They did this before Henry
they
Cavill
did it
too.
with Man of Steel as well, and basically they settled out of court just to give them money. So I'm curious, and Tim, I'm asking you first. Like, you own a property, it's something you created, but obviously Joe Schuster has been gone for a while now, and this is like his estate, so it's probably grandkids, distant relatives that own the estate. I'm not sure, that are suing on his behalf. What do you think about that? Do you think it should die with the creator, or should it go to the estate?
I think I understand what they're doing. They want to keep the legacy. I think it's about the legacy
Okay.
of it, and I would agree with what they're doing. They're just trying to keep it in the family, as it were. And yeah, they'll probably settle out of court again and get that all. Just keep. I I can't compare myself to it at all, but I put a little copyright on my strip.
Mhm.
And I remember talking to someone at it's like I'm gargling cement here. Hold on. And you got to try it sometime.
That's what she said.
It's the ADHD kicking in. So I talked to someone at the Library of Congress once, and they told me just by doing that, you're putting the world on notice. You're saying copyright 2025 by Tim Jones. And so that makes it mine officially. So if someone tries to
Right.
copy or whatever, I can say, And so I think that's essentially what they're just trying to keep it, like I said, the legacy going, and just keeping people in the know, saying that, hey, this is us. This is my granddad or whoever. And we're still watching out for them. So that's what I take out of it. So
All right. What about you, Don?
This is an interesting case because this is going to happen in perpetuity. And that's because in an American court of law, they're clear. And that's where they are located. So, yeah, it really is something that with these other countries, again, anything with the English law standard, whatever you want to call that, Canada, Scotland, Ireland, England, Australia, I think it was. Yeah, it's just something with their law that says, hey, after 25 years, it doesn't, like, the owner still owns it. So I wonder if this even, they're going to get sued, but for other countries, not in the United States. Does that really even matter? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is obviously something that anyone that has the rights to Superman is a problem that's already baked in to owning the rights to Superman.
Right.
Anytime you do something, by the way, people in Australia and England and Scotland and Canada are going to sue you. I'm sure it's part of their risk assessment. So it seems like bigger news than it is. I thought it was bigger news until I read the article and where I was informed, like, this is the United States.
When I saw that they'd also did this with Man of Steel, and I think they did it with Superman Returns as well. Like,
they did.
I was like, I was like, okay, so this is a tactic. So I don't know, John, what do you think?
There's two reasons why copyright law lasts right now for the life of the person that owns the copyright plus 70 years. And that's because every time it comes up, the limit comes up in Congress, nobody's going to vote against Mickey Mouse and Superman. Seriously, Disney is the reason why copyright law lasts for 70 years after the death of the copyright holder. And every year people celebrate on January 1st, the day when a lot of copyrights go away for a lot of classics, because then those classics can be distributed without having to pay some family that's been holding on to it for so long. Now, there's good things and bad things. And the one thing, if you get a family that cares about the material, then they can be a shepherd for it and keep it from being corrupted. Superman hawking Burger King or something, which he probably has done in the past for money.
I'm sure.
But there's things that could go wrong. And to wit, I would mention all the horror movies that are coming out now with the, not Mickey Mouse, but Steamboat Willie masks and all that. There's good things and bad things about it. Yeah, you get a family, and at some point it's going to run out on Superman, and at that point Marvel could make a Superman if they wanted, literally use Superman. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when that happens, but at some point it has to end, and we are getting close. I think I forget when the creators of Superman died, but we're getting close to the end of that one too.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm not. I don't. It
Yeah, it
wasn't.
was early 2000s. It was like
Yeah.
2005.
Oh, 2005? Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought they had passed away way earlier than that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
then we've got another 40 years then.
But the
Yeah,
I mean, it's interesting
50
because
years. Huh.
go back. I think
But
25
Cleveland, or I
years
know
ago.
about the origins of Superman. That's a whole other
I think
discussion.
it's you go back 20 years ago, whatever. They didn't even get credit, Schuster and Siegel, on
Yep.
things, and
And this is one of those places where the copyright actually benefits because they
and it was
yeah.
Neil Adams who fought to make sure that they got recognized and got the rights back and all that stuff, and he crusaded for that. So I get that, but then I don't know. I think it's weird that it then opened the door for these lawsuits every time. So
Is that all a function though of the current copyright owners being greedy, or is that because, like with Marvel, they are still trying to not pay the creators anything, even with these $1 billion movies coming out now?
I
Well, I don't know. They don't make very $1 billion Marvel movies anymore, John. Come on.
okay. Let's not go
We'll
down
see
that
what happens with
rabbit
Doom.
hole
Maybe
just
they
yet.
work their way back. But the thing is,
But I think it's maybe a little bit of both in a sense. Like I think they're good because of that aspect, because they need to make sure that the creators of these characters sometimes don't even get credit in the movies. They don't even get a line credit, let alone any money, because it's all under the work for hire aspect of it, which is ridiculous at this point.
yeah, it is.
But the other side of that coin is like when you hear them settle out of court for money with some of these lawsuits from estates, it's wait, is it like if you really want to make it about creator rights, then you should take them to court so they can
Well,
get a precedent so that other creators will get recognized.
the precedent is like that's more a function of the American legal system where we don't go to court. We like almost every lawsuit is settled, which is a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't let's not go down that rabbit hole because I totally agree with you
True.
on that one. Unfortunately, laws shouldn't be decided by who wins a lawsuit. It should become a law. But
Right. But the other thing that the long copyright does protect against is you wrote a book and it bombed, and then all of a sudden 30 years later it becomes like a classic.
Yeah, true.
Same thing with movies and stories they use for movies and such. There's good things and bad things with this. I'm for copyright lasting for a while after the death of the original owner, the creator. There is no way that you can square the fact that is going to have good and bad consequences for certain properties because one family is going to say, oh, we want it to be pure and honest to the original design. And another one is like money. And that's it. So there's no way you can protect against that. So you just got to let the dice roll on that. But I think it lasting for a while after the death of the creator does more good than harm.
Yeah.
And in this case, I think we know that Warner Brothers is in dire straits, and they had to be taken to court to cough up anything, even knowing that this is probably going to be a huge movie.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.